I'm David, and this is Davidtalks.
I'm Deanna, and I'm on Davidtalks.
All right, let's get right into it. I want to do my diaper awards. I want to do my pamper awards. So I come out of work. I work in a school for a nonprofit. You guys may already know this. And I'm on the other side of the street. And it's 1 o'clock, so I'm like, all right, cool. You know what? I go over to the other side. Then the cleaning truck comes to clean the street. So I'm like, let me go back over and let him, clean the streets. And it was like paper and cardboard and all this stuff right in back of the truck. So I did that. Went back to the other side, and this lady all the way down the block comes, knowing what's going on, parks right in my spot where I was parked at the beginning of the street. So I'm gonna be lenient because it's not that serious, but I know, that wasn't nice. I'm gonna give you 2 diapers and a half a diaper.
I was gonna say 3, but okay.
3? No, 3 is fine. If you choose 3, 3 is good. But I want to add something else to that. Maybe when next time you get out of your car, you might step into a diaper. And if you step into a diaper, that's on you.
Okay, so diaper awards.
What do you got?
You know what? I do. Basically, the street cleaning on my street is
Yes.
from 9:30 to 11, right?
Yes.
I have to run downstairs at 9 o'clock just
Okay.
to find a spot to double park, and then I have to come downstairs at 10:20 just to find a parking space.
Okay.
And I'm sitting in the car for 40 minutes. Yeah, for all the fiends on the street who like to park so early. Yeah.
So what you giving them? What you giving them?
You know, because I understand that it's so hard to find parking,
Yes.
I'm gonna go with 3 diapers.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to get, first off, I know that street you're referring to, and I'm going to add some diaper awards to somebody, and I'm going to add a diaper award to the super across the street.
Yes.
I'm going to give him 5 diapers because he thinks he owns the street. Just because you're the superintendent for a building does not mean that's your block. You do not own it. You do not have any stock in it. It is not your parking spot.
Yeah,
Okay?
definitely. And
So I'm gonna give you 5 diapers.
he gets 10 diapers. You know why? Because he makes rude little comments to me.
Wait,
You know.
wait. We already, the highest is 5.
He got 10.
10? Oh my
I'm
God.
sorry. Because you know what? I was about to run him over the other day. Let me stop.
Look.
He's lucky he moved.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. We're gonna give him really watery shit diapers.
Yes.
That's what you deserve.
Yes.
The next time you pick
the
up
green
the green
shit.
one, right? Next time you pick up a bag of garbage and shit gets on your hands, that's from us. Okay?
Yeah. And I hope all that garbage you clean up, that all the garbage falls out the bottom of those bags, and you clean it all up.
Hey, look, this is only to that guy, not to anybody else in
that
housekeeping
particular
or
man,
anyone
yeah.
else in maintenance. I've done maintenance myself. I know how that is. So it's not personal, but it is personal to that super. And yeah, you got that. So what would you like to get into first?
Okay, well, there was a big strike for the climate change on Friday.
Okay.
And it's a big controversial thing. Some people believe that we don't even have an issue with, global warming and the climate,
Yes.
and then there's people who really, really do. So there's actually this teenager. She's 16 years old from Sweden. What's her name? I had her name in mind. But
If
it's
we
okay.
remember her name, I'm sure you would say her name.
It's if I remember. So she apparently made this huge speech, and she's saying that they're taking away her dreams and that we're robbing her of her dreams. And then there was people like Trump was mocking her. He was saying, "Oh, she looks like she's really excited for the positive and bright future." Like he was mocking this girl. Apparently, she missed 3 weeks of school. So it's this huge thing.
Yes.
Some people believe that the climate change is not even a real issue. And then some people are like, "Oh my goodness, we're in the start of mass extinction."
Well, you know what? Let me ask this question. I think anybody that has any, I'm going to just say, is self-aware of just basic things like bees, and I've said this before,
Yeah.
right? Bees, trees, plants, oxygen, right? We need that to breathe. So if they continuously, I would say, destroy the rainforest as rapidly as they do you think we're gonna have a problem?
Well, honestly, the climate change thing, people are, they're concerned about the global warming. I'm not sure if that's really, really an issue. It's, like I said, it's a very controversial thing. But I'm gonna say this: we need the bees, the trees. We do need to take care of our planet. At the end of the day, we can all die, but the planet will still thrive.
Hopefully.
Yeah. How many times, all the extinctions and
But that's true. If you think about the ice age.
the humans, we're the most harmful species. We need to take care of our planet, regardless of whether the whole global warming thing is true or not. I'm not a scientist, but we need to take care of our
That's
planet.
definitely a great point you're making. Our planet, I know that people, and it's funny you talk about this. I've talked about this before. There's many ways to make money. Wait, what do you have to say?
So basically, some people are saying that people are making such a big deal about the global warming, climate crisis thing because they want to get funded billions of dollars. So some people are saying that they're making a bigger deal out of it just to get funding. So there's a lot of things,
Wow, I think somebody deserves a diaper award, because if that's true, all right, look, if someone is making a big deal just to get funding, just not to do anything about it,
Yeah.
and you're making profit, for one, I'm gonna give you before I give you a diaper award, I just want to say, if that's actually true, and I'm not talking people that it may not be true to.
No, just our global leaders.
Right. If someone is making a profit that has absolutely no true interest in helping the planet, I'm going to say, one, that's clever. Right? I'm going to say that's clever. That's a good one. And I'm also going to say that's also terrible.
It is.
And if
Definitely.
that's the case, I'm just going to have to tell you, you definitely deserve 5 diapers. Okay?
Yeah.
You're not helping the only planet that I know of, and I've said this before. The only planet that we have, yeah. You're part of the problem? Okay. All right, thanks.
Yeah, and there was actually a reporter who was being interviewed. I believe it was on CNN.
Yeah.
And he's from like a daily. Like, he has his own little show, and he called the Swedish girl, the 16-year-old girl. He said she was mentally ill, and
Wow.
he got a lot of backlash for that. Yeah, it's a really big deal, but she did have a lot of points, and she stressed it a lot, that she said we will be watching our global leaders to see what they're going to do with this money, to see if they're going to make some radical changes, to combat the climate crisis, whether it's true or not.
That's funny, and I wonder how they can actually prove to the people that they're actually making some type of progress. I wonder how that even works.
Well, it has to do with CO2 emissions. So
Okay.
basically that could be from, we can help by eating less meat, obviously, plastic, and basically like when people make products using plastic, that, the CO2 is, and toxic gases, they're released into the air, and so there are ways. Less plastic, less meat.
I wonder if they can probably replace it. And I've been to different fast food places where they have, like, I would say, paper straws. It's similar to like a cardboard.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of materials they use. They're using hemp. There's a lot of materials that are biodegradable. Like, it could take 60 days for it to,
Well, maybe
degrade.
if those companies made some type of deals with fast food restaurants and restaurants in itself, just in general, big corporations, where they can donate free straws, which may not sound like it's a big thing, but it is a big thing, because it takes a very, very long time for plastic to decompose.
Yeah.
I mean, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
That could definitely make a difference.
Yeah, definitely. So your last episode,
Yes.
the other David, he was discussing how the people from Area 51, the raid, how they could have been, using that time for something more
Productive?
yeah,
or-
like
okay.
something just more better. So basically, the raid was on the same day as this climate
Interesting.
strike, So instead of going to that, they could have been, better
Hey.
cause. I don't know how to
Well,
say it.
you know what? No, you're right. Yeah, and that's a great point. David did mention that they can probably suspend. Well, I'm not quoting, but I'll let David speak for himself the next time he's a guest on David Talks. But what he was saying is you might want to consider finding something that's more productive with your time than to try to discover whether we have aliens or not. Because if we, let's just say hypothetically there is aliens on other planets or what have you,
On this planet.
what about ours? It's funny because I always say that look within first, and it all starts with us as individuals and our planet. So I'm not, hey, I respect the fact that everybody, does what they feel really strong about. But that's a very interesting coincidence that those two big events was on the same day. I haven't researched it myself, but
It was in New York City. Apparently, the mayor even gave permission for the high school students to take off school, and So also,
yes.
I saw this meme, right? It was related to the Area 51, where somebody was like, "Oh, I'm gonna teach my alien how to use some type of metal straw or something." And it's just funny to me that people think that if there are aliens, that they wouldn't be more intelligent than the humans,
I think it's just funny. I think I'm not saying whether it's funny that people do or don't believe in aliens or if they are aliens or not. But the things that they decide to discuss are just they're just silly. And I don't know how people expect for anyone to take them seriously by making these stuff. Hey, you know what? For those guys that make memes, they understand how the public works and they know that gets attention. That's great. But for those people that don't get it, those are just jokes.
I mean, I get it, but I'm like, there's people talking about they're gonna teach it. I'm like, what, they think these aliens are animals or something? I don't know.
I mean, my whole take on that, I'm gonna kind of leave that alone because that's not my
Area of expertise.
Yes, I would say that.
Same.
However, I do want to talk about where does salsa music come from? Because I
actually learned this.
You learned this? What you learned?
No, I'm trying to remember it, but I did learn this, the history of it.
I've had discussions with a lot of people, and I won't say what they told me, but I will tell you this. Salsa comes from Cuba, right? Let me say this again. Salsa music comes from Cuba, okay? And who made it popular in America was the Bronx, New York City, where hip-hop or rap was also born in the Bronx. I just want to say that those are facts. Google it, it's easy. All you have to say is, Google, what's the origin of salsa? And all the answers will pop right up, right? And there's a lot of history I wish people would learn more and more about. They'll realize they're not exactly, I would say, who they think they are, okay? I think it's just interesting with all the technology, meaning, and I'm going to have to refer back to the internet in this incident. You don't really necessarily need to go to the library. You can just pop it up. You have an answer, you have an argument, you have a dispute. And I'm not trying to say Google's right about everything for all those people that just want to focus on that. All right, try to work at one thing at a time. Okay. And what was you thinking? You was thinking internet?
Yes, about internet, social media. Real quick, you guys were speaking about would it be classified as an addiction? Most definitely. I think there's a healthy dose, like basically social media, it could be a positive thing or a negative thing, but
Right.
I feel like it's very educational. There are people who put actual facts on there. I've learned a lot of stuff from posts on there, and then I did my own research, of course. I think it could be a good thing if you use it responsibly.
I agree. Absolutely. I've learned also much information, real quick, easy access. I can only
Yes.
imagine the things I would have to go to the library, and I'm not. This may sound lazy, maybe it is, but I want that answer, instant
It's
gratification,
true.
right? I could have gone to the library and took out a book or traveled. I could just pick up my smartphone and just simply ask the question.
Yeah.
There's a lot of questions you can ask the smartphone, and you would be very, very surprised what you would get. Just saying.
Yeah.
Okay. I also want to talk about the Fulton Fish Market that was near. I would say Pier 17 downtown. It was a Fulton Fish Market there. A lot of people don't know that it was relocated in the Bronx in Hunts Point. A lot of people are just not aware of that. The Bronx is starting to, I would say show its true colors. And a lot of people also not aware that Riverdale is in the Bronx. And Riverdale has a lot of estates. It has a place called Wave Hill where a wealthy family left it so that way the public could also enjoy it. It's private. I would suggest a lot of people take some time out, visit, and enjoy some peace. Right?
I'm gonna grab a tissue. One moment. My allergies.
Okay, so we are going to take we're not going to take a break. We're back. We're back with
I'm
Yana. Okay, so it's really hot out here.
There's pollen. I'm like,
And if you know me, you know I love outdoor recordings. I like things to just be different. I love nature, and I just don't want to always be cooped up in a box.
yeah, it's beautiful out here.
So, and by the way, let me just say this. Right now, we're in Manhattan, and it's great. We're close to Little Italy, but I bet a lot of people don't know this another fact. It's a fun fact that I have. The original Little Italy is in the Bronx, by the way. I'm just saying.
By Arthur Ave,
Arthur Ave, and hey, a lot of people, they like, oh, I'm going to Little Italy. A lot of tourists don't realize if you want the real Little Italy, you have to actually go to the Bronx. And I'm not, and also for tourists that visit just the Manhattan area, you must see Brooklyn, you must see Queens, right? Yeah, Staten Island too, why not? And definitely the Bronx, okay?
Yeah.
All right, Harlem's in Manhattan. It's a totally different experience, and you want to also rent a car or get on the Metro North and head down to Bear Mountain. It's still a
Yeah.
part of New York State. It's a totally different perspective. You also want to go to like Pennsylvania and check that out as well. New York City, New York State itself has a lot more to offer than just Manhattan.
Yes.
Okay, I just want to say that. Is there anything else you would like to speak to?
Yeah, I think if you're gonna come visit New York, definitely visit the boroughs. I don't know too much about Staten Island, to be honest, but each borough has their own, culture. Like there's different areas, and it's good to just experience it all.
Exactly. All right. So, are we done? We wrapping up?
Okay.
Okay. Well, that's it for David Talks. We'll see you again. Much love. Thanks for watching.